And then he told me something, real estate doesn't work like it used to. And then I found BiggerPockets, and then I just started devouring everything, staying up till 2 in the morning, just devouring it. I seriously think that if you wouldn't have posted on there, I wouldn't have done it.
Your biggest wholesale deal ever, you reported it yesterday. How much money did you make? Think back to a year ago. I'm curious, I don't even know this backstory. When did you start getting interested in real estate? Because it hasn't been quite a year yet, but when, since we kind of met, but when did you get interested in real estate? What even like told you there was real estate?
I've always liked business, and I always knew that I wanted to do something with that and be something, something bigger than normal, something bigger than mediocre. But in high school, started partying, started drinking, started smoking pot, total wrong things. So got into that, started slipping on grades, slipping on all my visions, didn't know what the heck I wanted to do. Well then luckily, at 17, I started all this when I was probably 15, but at 17, I got caught with weed and they took my license away. And that was the blessing in disguise right there, because that took me away from my friends that I was with. But got a job here at Maddox and associated with different friends. Good buddy of mine, one of my best friends I met here at Maddox.
Okay.
And he would take us to his family tradition, go riding down south. Well, while we're down there, Jaron has an Uncle Dan. He invited us up to Island Park, and he was sitting on the steps of his cabin. And we go and sit there, and he said, what would you do if fear was not an option? If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do? And I had no idea. I really had no idea. And then I found BiggerPockets, and then I just started devouring everything, staying up till 2 in the morning, just devouring it. I talked to Dan and asked him, I said, should I choose real estate or should I choose going to school and be a financial analyst, just keep it short? He said, how are you with praying? I said, oh, when things are bad, yeah, I'll pray. But he said, just pray about it. He said, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find. I said, okay. So, and I don't do that, man. That wasn't me. Like, I was totally tuned out. I was drinking, I was partying. That's not me. Whenever he would bring that up, which he did quite a few times at the riding trips, he'd bring it up and I would tune out. I wasn't listening. I didn't want anything of it. But that time was different. I don't know if it was because I was in a different state of mind, but that time was different. Went home that night, prayed that night, the next morning, and the whole month through, totally changed my life. That's when things fell into place. That's when I literally just stood back and watched things just happen. But that's when that guy I called, because he was a wholesaler in Brigham City. I was super pumped. I was like, yes, this is my guy. I'm gonna get in contact with him, see how he does the game. And I call him up. I said, hey, I want to do wholesaling. That's what I want to get into. Can I just do your legwork, learn the work? You don't have to pay me, I just want to learn it. And he said, oh, you won't have any luck with that around here. He said, I basically have all this market on my lock. This is my market. You won't have any luck here. You might as well go to Ogden or Salt Lake. I see signs up there sometimes. I said, no, it doesn't work. And then he told me something, real estate doesn't work like it used to. You can't make money like you used to make money in it. And that shattered everything. That shattered my whole vision, because I had this vision that that's what I was going to do, and I was going to make all this money on it. But that shattered it. I was like, oh, no energy, just be. So I go downstairs, get on BiggerPockets, and vented. I was like, well, that sucked. And then towards the end of the post was yours. It said, hey, I've been a real estate investor for 10 years. Give me a call if you want. If you wouldn't, I seriously think that if you wouldn't have posted on there and we got in touch, I wouldn't have done it. I don't know where I'd be. I'd probably be in school learning something. I don't know.
On your way to a financial analyst.
Financial analyst. We talked for a while, and you said that's garbage, that guy's an idiot, basically. I said, don't listen to that guy, you can do whatever you want to do. And it went for a month. I was kind of struggling, trying to start and figure this stuff out, just devouring information. It was to the point where I wasn't taking any action. I was just, there's a lot of directions to take, and I didn't know which one to take. I thought wholesaling, but there's so many more. I was just doubting myself, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I decided wholesaling finally, and then just started taking little actions. Didn't know the technicalities to anything, didn't know the process to anything. And then you just said, get a deal, and I'll walk you through the rest. Just find the deal. That's it. And so that was awesome that you said that, though, because it took fears away. It took this doubt of I don't know what to do once I get something. It was like I just got to get something and then call them up. So yeah, I would stay up all night and write yellow letters by hand until I figured out some tricks. But I'd be working all day. I'd be writing signs, just coloring signs. And I did like 4 or 5 different colors on one sign.
Yeah.
And we'd sit there and spend hours. It took me forever just to do 50 signs. But I do those. I put them out in the rain and they'd be washed away. It's like, oh. And people would come over, my dad's friends, my mom's friends. They'd see what I'm doing. They'd say, what are you doing with that? You buy houses. I'd explain it to them. Oh yeah, you get the doubt. But every time people would ask me what I'm doing and I'd explain it to them, oh, you can see it in their face, their eyes. They have doubt. This doesn't work. I don't know what the heck you're doing. Even people at work, I tell them what I want to do. Sounds like some multi-level marketing thing to me. It's like, but then I saw you live in it, like you were
in
doing
your
it.
market, in your backyard.
Yeah, exactly. And so that I always fell back on. They breathe the same air I breathe. It's possible. This actually works. Just who do you listen to?
Yep.
That's the whole key. My goal was, okay, if I make $100,000, then I'll quit my jobs. That was my key. That was something I had to push for.
Yeah.
That's it. That proves to me there's no doubt.
Do you have a flip? You've done wholesales.
Just wholesales.
All wholesales. Less than 12 months.
130? 130 gross.
130,000 gross.
Yeah, it's 110 net.
But your biggest wholesale deal ever. We reported it yesterday.
How much did you get it for, dude? I got it for 25.
How much money did you make?
45K.
Who did you sell it to?
And McFarland.
Are we going to see? Your money's in the bank. We'll see if I make any money on it.
You'll make money.
But we're recording that one too. I told you that. We're
That's
recording
sweet.
that, so kind of like a flip this house episode. So maybe we'll watch it beginning to end.
If I could go back, I would take it clear back to June even, where I just started getting some profits, and then I would just drop everything. I'd drop the work. I'd just start focusing, just go full time and do it, take the risk, jump out of the plane, grow wings on the way down, you know?
Yeah.
But it took me till November to finally stop working for cabins. Luckily it was seasonal.
Yeah.
But then that month, or that November, the rest of November and December, proved to myself. That's where all my profits came from, was those 2 months. And then this month, that's where all of it came from, was when I just sat down and focused and did it.